Man, the disrespect. Yo, what's up everyone? Trayvon here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Journeys anime review, guys. Today we are covering episode 115, the beginning of the Pokemon World Championship Masters 8 tournament. And whoo, this was an episode. Let's get into it. The episode begins with the introduction of Hob, and honestly, I didn't even expect him to be in the series, to be honest. Just like Hal, last series, I was like, man, we're 90 episodes in, we're not gonna see Hal. They show Hal. Same here, it's like, we were 100 something episodes in. We don't need to see Hop, because we had Gladion, Kiawe last series, this series, Leon was the main focus. So I didn't really think they were gonna do it, but they ended up doing it anyway. So it's like, it's cool, I guess. Obviously, the reason that Hop is here is to be in the stands with Gold in the scenes when Ash is fighting. Because in most situations, when Ash is doing something, Gold's just kind of there in the background, not talking, not doing anything. So I guess that's cool. But Hop also challenges Ash to a battle, and I love this battle so much, showing Pikachu's strength that he is in the Masters 8. He one-shots Hop in the quickest battle we've ever seen. This is what should have happened when Ash fought Trip. But, besides that, this episode suffers the issue that most Journeys episodes had, like earlier on. I say they've been doing a little bit better this year, but that's the build-up is good and the conclusion horrible. Like, I love the build-up here. Iris was the highlight of this episode for me. The first thing she says is, I couldn't wait to see you again, Ash. Seeing how both of these two, who were horrible in black and white, doing so good in the series in the Masters 8, really just puts a smile on my face. And even their interactions with each other, when Iris gets called out, she looks back at Ash, Ash gives her a smile. I just love them two so much. As for the other champions, we don't really get to see much interaction because Ash goes to sit with Hop, which, to be honest, a lot of people were upset about this, but I'm okay because think about it. Ash wouldn't want to be the one to sit in, I guess the champions room watching from the screen. He wants to see the battle right there. So maybe they could have fixed this issue by having a section in the actual stadium for the champions to watch where they can see the battle face to face. Because that would have been so much better to see Ash sitting with the champions talking. Because even Cindy asks, why you ain't go sit with Ash, Iris? She was like, I actually want to come take a picture with you guys, which that scene was just so wholesome. And Ash and Alain, while they don't have exchanged a single word, I love the little head nod they give each other, showing us that the history that they had in X and Y is still relevant. That's probably the only good parts of this episode, though. From here on out, it's the battle. For one, the battle's way too rushed. Now, yes, I knew that Alain was going to lose to Leon. I wanted Alain to lose to Leon because I just, thought it would have been a good idea for Ash to witness all his friends lose one by one. Like, Alain loses in the first round. Iris beats Lance maybe, then loses to Leon in the second round, where Ash is just like, man, all my friends that, I grew with, we battled together, I know their strength, have been losing to this guy, so I got to avenge them. But no, after Alain loses, Ash is just like, man, that was a great battle. Like, he doesn't have no type of reaction for it. He's just excited. It's just like, I would have loved to see Ash like, wow, I've never been able to beat Alain in battle, and here Leon is destroying him. It was a 2-3. Like, that should have Ash worried, but no, he's not worried at all. I get it, he's confident, but I would have loved at least a moment where he's like, trying to be like, okay, we really got to be on our game for this final fight. And can I just say, I feel so bad for Sycamore and Marin. I love seeing them again, but just seeing how they went from smiling in the beginning, rooting for their boy Alain, to being like, oh man, after Alain's first few Pokemon get defeated, to in the end with Marin crying and Sycamore putting the hand on her shoulder. Like, that was wrong, yo. I feel so bad for them. I know many people have been trying to defend, saying, oh, well, at least Alain was the first to beat one of Leon's Pokemon. Here's the thing, though. They don't really announce that. If they maybe announce this is the first time in the PWC we've seen a trainer defeat one of Leon's Pokemon, that would have been like, whoa, because it's like, okay, Alain did pretty good. But they don't announce that. So who's not to say, yes, Leon has never lost a battle, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't lost Pokemon before. It's Charizard that's been the undefeatable threat. So maybe if we got to see Rillaboom earlier in the series, like maybe some of the World Championship fights where we get to see Leon fighting one of the Masters 8, where he used other Pokemon other than Charizard, we get to see Rillaboom taking Pokemon down with these. Then it could have been like, oh man, Alain actually did pretty good, but it just doesn't have the same impact because we don't know this Rillaboom. This is our first time seeing this Rillaboom. We don't know how strong it is. We don't know if it's won or lost. So yeah, it's not really the best, but I will admit the strategies were amazing. Seeing Alain with Chestnut using Gyro Ball over Max Airstream, that I love stuff like that. It reminds me of Gary and Blastoise with their agility. And another thing, they want to go ahead and bring up the, Max Airstream increases speed. This is the first time that they've actually tackled that stuff. Now, yes, we have seen some of the side effects of G-Max moves, but it's only when they're like their ace move. Like Machamp used the Max Knuckle, obviously, so it got the power up there. But they never really tackled the other ones. Like when Gengar used the Max Fairy type move, we didn't really get to see the effect. So it's kind of weird how now they just want to bring it up. It's real inconsistent in my opinion. And this battle could have been saved if only Alain's Charizard did more. Like, yeah, I get it. It took down the Rillaboom, and it got two-shotted by Leon's Charizard. But it's like 2 shots. We've seen Alain go through so much with this Charizard. Now, yes, it lost to a super effective move being Dragon Pulse. And yes, it used 2 Flare Blitz, so it got recoil damage. But it's just like, man, like that, it was really such a quick battle. It was only like 30 seconds. That's not the same Alain that we saw take out Pikachu and Ash Greninja. Ash Greninja using Water Shuriken, super effective moves. So it's just like, it's very weird. Even Pikachu with Thunderbolt. I don't know. It's very inconsistent in my opinion. I get they're trying to show Leon is the strongest, but at the least they could have did was extend the battle a little bit, make the fight feel really impactful, and then have Alain still lose in the end to Charizard, just in a more respectful way. But man, Alain did get done dirty. And even in the end, he's like, my goal was to beat and surpass your Charizard. That's a cool goal. I really like the idea. It's just, it feels so out of nowhere. It's like, I wish if Alain appeared maybe once before this, where either he didn't even have to interact with Ash. If they did a Mega Evolution Act just to kind of show off some of the Megas, because Journey's whole thing is that they want to show off every Pokemon. They could have did an episode where Alain got to see some of the other Megas that we really didn't get to focus on. Then we could have seen him talk about that goal of wanting to meet Leon, so we could have actually witnessed it happen here. But no, they didn't really do that, which I understand. This is not X and Y. It's not the Mega Evolution series, so they didn't really have a reason to do that. But man, they dropped the ball hard. Like I said before, the beginning half of this episode was amazing. I loved Iris so much. I love that Team Rocket's finally back, and they're actually going to be here every episode doing this podcast. It really does seem like Team Rocket is on their way out the door, which is kind of bittersweet in my opinion. My rating for this episode is a 4 out of 10. 4 for all the build up in the beginning of this episode, but the battle dropped the ball hard, and that's what we're really here to see. So hopefully the rest of these matches actually turn out pretty good. I'm kind of scared. This is not a good way to start the Masters 8 tournament. This reminds me of the Kalos League. Ash battling Hop, same as the Furfrou guy, the Charizard versus Charizard, where one Charizard gets completely destroyed in like disrespectful ways. The parallels are there. I just hope we don't end up the same way how the Kalos League did, because we all know how that ended. But man, thank you all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know what y'all think of this episode. I'd love to hear. Trainman 1. Oh, and we are going on a 2-week break, guys. There will not be another episode for the next 2 weeks, so be expecting some more creative videos. Peace out.